Hello and welcome to Season 2 of this fascinating series, DuPont presents The Power of Shunya, Challenge for Zero. I'm Gaurav Kapur and this is a story about zero. Yes, you heard it right, zero. Zero hunger, zero emissions, zero malnutrition, zero accidents and basically zero of everything that threatens to affect our daily lives. Now on every episode, two teams will battle it out here in this unique challenge for zero. Two innovations, two robust business plans to take those innovations to the market so that we live a Shunya life. So why is our good old zero, which otherwise leads a very nondescript kind of life, suddenly so valuable? Well, this is why. Shunya, the origin, the point of reference, the value multiplier. Shunya, a digit and an aim. Can India achieve zero neonatal deaths and zero malnutrition one day? Can Indian infrastructure, in its race to build a new India, achieve a zero carbon footprint? Can we ensure zero accidents for the rising skilled workers in the country? Can our farmers continue farming with zero risk to their crops or their lives? Can we finally realize the dream of an India where we can generate enough energy with zero impact on the environment? India exported zero to the world. It's time to bring it back and harness the power of Shunya. So that is the power of Shunya. The quest for a better world for you, for me, for all of us. For a better tomorrow for our glorious country. Well, we told you this story last year as well. Last season, of course, we had the best young minds from all the tech schools around the country and, of course, the bright young sparks from the B schools around the country team up and fight to win this challenge for zero. Well, in case you've forgotten, well, we've got some of the best bits here. So let's take a glorious walk down memory lane. Three teams that are going to be competing today to be crowned the most innovative in the country.
How will you convince farmers to adapt and adopt algae culture?
How do you fight the deeply entrenched feeling against eating something which is dehydrated?
Mr. Kiran, would you like to tell us who the winner is, who impressed you the most?
And the winner is
Drum roll.
the Silk Fibron team.
Congratulations, congratulations. So last year's winners Momita and Sanidhi had quite an experience. There was of course the rigor of going through a very competitive selection process to be the deserving winners. Well, apart from walking away with a cash prize of rupees 10 lakhs, the duo more importantly got to visit DuPont's global headquarters in an all-expenses-paid trip and also experience what real innovation is at DuPont's experimental station in Wilmington, Delaware. That is some reward. It's also a reward that money can't buy, and that's what makes it so special. Well, the runners-up didn't do too badly either. They got a cash prize of rupees 5 lakhs and a trip to the DuPont Knowledge Center at Hyderabad, right here in India. Well, here are some moments from their journeys to start.
Before this competition, I had never thought about Shunya as a positive concept. After this competition, I understand the importance of making sure that India's problems tomorrow should be zero. I think the highlight was the trip to the United States, the headquarters of DuPont. It was very interesting to see the entire presence of DuPont in the US, and we were actually standing on the land where nylon was invented. So I think it was really interesting to see that.
The most interesting part of DKC was that their multidisciplinary approach, which can solve the problems and which can make the world a better place to live in. For example, Sarona, the polymer, which has been used to make saris, clothes, and also are used for making air vents. Just imagine the diversification, what they are bringing up with these kind of multidisciplinary approaches. And then next, I would say the Korean products, which has really amazed me. And then their extraordinary lab facilities, their polymer testing labs where they can in fact change the surface properties of a particular fabric or polymer. I think it was fantabulous.
So that was a very successful season 1. But now it's time to take it to the next level with season 2 of DuPont Presents The Power of Shunya, Challenge for Zero. Young innovators and B-School students from across the country applied for Power of Shunya Season 2, aspiring to be a part of the top 16 on Challenge for Zero. While the innovators had to prove their product's strength in the context of the theme of Shunya, each B-School participant had to analyze a complex case study and prove their business skills. Our knowledge partners for Season 2 of Challenge for Zero were NIF, Srishti, NEN and KSCST.
Honeybee Network has given tremendous visibility. I mean, we have visibility in 70 countries. But when it comes to this segment of entrepreneurs, segment of mentors, segment of investors, segment of fabricators and manufacturers, that is where Power Shunya has a strength, little extra strength I would say. So our strength and the strength of the Power of Shunya of Economic Times can be put together and synergized, then I don't think anybody will be able to come in the way of these young entrepreneurs and technological innovators to go forward.
This program was an ability to leverage our reach in the marketplace and our relationship with the students to the platform that ET now provides to try and marry these to have more innovation on campuses. So the way we've gone about it is to leverage our field teams to reach out to the students. We are engaged on these campuses with faculty, with students, with capacity that we built on these campuses. And what we've done for ET now is to try and shortlist promising startups and promising ideas to funnel into the program.
I personally see this as a platform where I think the new type of problems can be addressed, new ideas can be churned out, and what probably students thought they can't achieve, they can try it out, they may definitely achieve. If not they achieve, at least they would have tried. I think that way I think it sets a really healthy competition across. And I think that way I feel that I should congratulate you people for giving such opportunities for all these youngsters to come out with their brilliant ideas.
1 month and 600 entries later, it was time to call in the experts. Dr. Anil Wali, Managing Director at the Foundation of Innovation and Technology Transfer at IIT Delhi, and Dr. Ranjan Patnaik, Director of DuPont's Knowledge Center, scanned through every single entry and drew up a list of the top 60. The two experts then connected with the applicants over video and voice calls to finally uncover the best 16 ideas from India's youth.
We had a variety of exciting proposals and innovations, and it was very diverse, from agriculture to nutrition to energy. And if I were to reflect, I would say what caught my attention was one where a very localized solution of productive farming of paddy, transplantation machines being designed in some parts of India, to very sophisticated yet cost-effective ways of using paper, electronics, telecommunications and other information technology to design planes, unmanned drones for that matter, to scout areas where it is difficult to access with human beings. So that was the diversity of innovations ranging from a variety of fields.
The Power of Shunya program is an amazing program championed by ET now and DuPont, and where the underlying theme is one of sustainability. So under that umbrella we had diverse kinds of ideas ranging from renewable materials, clean chemical processes to innovations addressing the needs of the weak and the disadvantaged sections of the society. I repeat that since it was very diverse, so we had a huge challenge to see that the really good ones make it to the top.
And to make sure there's never a dull moment here and that only the deserving ones win, we have a very exciting jury this year as well. So ladies and gentlemen, let's meet our jury. Great mix of experienced minds, management and from science.
The first season was really great, and I'm hoping that the second season is going to be even better. You always want to top it, and I find that every time we try to do these things, the bar always goes higher, and so I'm really looking forward to the second season with a lot of enthusiasm.
I'm completely chuffed that you guys invited me to be on the jury for this season. Chuffed because I always say this, Innovators who become entrepreneurs should be self-inspired. There is a lovely word in Sanskrit, antarprerana, inspired from within. If you just remain an innovator, a lab rat, nothing much happens. You know, maybe you do a paper out of it, whatever. But with that innovation, you turn into an entrepreneur, go to the market and create meaning in society. Then you qualify to be called self-inspired. I'm hoping to meet 16 young, keen, self-inspired entrepreneurs.
Last year itself, the bar was set really high, and the kind of innovations which had come up this year, I was sure that, you know, with last year's popularity and this year's number of entries increasing tremendously, I knew that the quality of innovation which would have come up would be very good.
We're going to slip into a quick break now. When we come back, a quick look at the innovations that will drive Season 2 of DuPont Presents The Power of Shunya, Challenge for Zero. Welcome back. You're watching the curtain raiser of Season 2 of DuPont Presents The Power of Shunya, the Challenge for Zero. Now, innovators have had quite a journey. They've had moments of angst, they've had their trials, they've had their tribulations, but they're here. They're here because they have dreams that refuse to die and a heart that refuses to give up.
We see the recent reports in the newspapers. A lot of people died from food poisoning, and also midday meal case in Bihar in which pesticide container was used, and it was very awful situation. At current, whatever the technology is available takes a lot of time in order to know the microbial content of a food as well as the pesticide or hazard monitoring. My innovation would be able to tell to a common man that whether this food that he is consuming or she is consuming is safe to eat or not, whether the water that they are drinking is safe to have, or whether it has some kind of hazardous materials present in that within a period of 10 to 15 minutes.
India has 12 million blind persons, largest for any country in the world. And all of us have seen blind people carry the white cane to detect obstacles on the ground, but the cane has important limitations. For example, it cannot detect things from needed head height. Say something like a horizontal bar, an open window in a corridor, or side of vehicle cannot be detected. So once this problem was identified, we spent a lot of time with end users, seeing how they move and what kind of challenges that they actually face. And that was the direct experience of observing users, spending time with them, spending time with their families, which helped set up the context for this innovation, this process.
Every year around the world, there are millions of people who are suffering from damage or loss of tissues, organs due to certain accidents, injuries and diseases. There was an incident in 2011 that my father, he had a disease, and there was talks that we may have to replace his urinary bladder. Fortunately, he did not require it. By God's grace, he got saved. So that is what made me go into tissue engineering.
This innovation name is Integrated Circuit Based Flexible Devices and Flexible Displays. Here we are not using the lead to solder the components, off-shell components. We are using screen printing and mounting the components there. There we can improve the lifetime of LED, and it won't harm any patient using this device.
What if in the morning you wake up, you open your refrigerator, take out the milk and you start to boil, and you get disappointed. The milk has got spoiled. That happened to me also once, and I started realizing that why not develop something that can preserve milk even if I have not stored the milk or other dairy products in the refrigerator.
One day, it was a rainy season. I was shooting some of the flowers and different plants. It was like rain droplets were falling here and there. By accidentally, I found this plant where the water droplet was freely rolling on the surfaces. the beauty of this plant is it shows super hydrophobic behavior all through its major organs like petal, which are flower petals, leaves, as well as the seed pod. If you see in nature, some plants show super hydrophobic in nature, where the water droplet will be easily growing. Then we got an idea that why can't we make anti-reflective surfaces which are having multifunctional surface which adding for like super hydrophobic city.
When I was a BTech at IIT Bombay, I was working in a project which was related to medical instrumentation design. That is more of mechanical but uses medical knowledge. And that time Dr. Manish Agrawal, he used to sort of guide me or give me feedback. And that time he mentioned a very important problem of getting a 3D model from two-dimensional X-ray. That time I ignored it because it's mathematically impossible. But when I came as a PhD, I wanted a different flavor of research. So I tried computer programming and stuff. I got into computer programming and algorithms. And there I re-looked that problem because it is very exciting and it is a world-class problem. I mean, everybody in the world is excited about this problem. So I thought, let's take it as a challenge.
I want to help my Indian farmers, so I developed the machine by my innovative ideas. A good friend of mine belongs to a family of farmers. So during the vacation time, I visited his farm and I saw that how tough it is for the farmers to plant the crops while bending. They're having a lower back problems. So I decided that I invent this machine for them.
The most important problem that entire world is facing today is energy crisis. We all know that solar energy is the only solution for this crisis. But even now, we don't find houses with solar cells. The main problem is they are extremely costly. My innovation is termed as ultra low cost tunable nanoscale patterns. That is, we can create nanoscale to sub-micron scale structures on any polymeric film or surface. This innovation is basically a generic platform for fabrication of nanoscale structures on any kind of material.
My innovation is based on paper pencil based self-pumping and self-breathing fuel cell. With this paper pencil, you can fabricate your own fuel cell, which can be a power source of disposable kits, just like your pregnancy kits or malaria diagnosis and many other diagnostic kits where we are using battery. This fuel can be a other alternative source.
I have been here in Vellore for the past 8 years. I think government has invested many crores just to pump out water and make it reachable to the people of Vellore as a potable water. Yet, there is a serious problem arising from the quality of the water which is available. So just not the water is scarce, but also it is extremely polluted for the people. There are new generation purifiers available today. Maybe they are very cost effective, but that's not enough. They may not be able to deal with the polluted level and a wide spectrum of pollutants that contaminate the water in Vellore. Zeta is actually a zinc oxide nanoparticle which has been modified by an amine. I would enlist the major features of Zeta. For example, its marvelous ability to remove various anionic ligands, anionic moieties, heavy metal removal of dyes and pesticides, all the chemicals. Apart from that, it is highly flexible. For example, we have worked out with 3 different varieties of Zeta: powder form, the membrane form, and the chitosan bit form. Apart from that, we can merge Zeta with an already existing low-cost conventional technology, most likely activated carbon, which is neither harmful for the environment and nor it has any disposability issues.
My innovation is a paper plane unmanned aerial vehicle. It is an avionics system which is fixed inside the paper plane. In my paper plane, I have installed a receiver circuit and a thermal sensor or even a Bluetooth enabled camera. In that, I have made up a lithium phosphate fuel cell, so it is completely economic friendly, and I have used a tail rotor which for clockwise direction it will turn right and for anti-clockwise direction it will turn left. This is called mass piloting system.
Every year, nearly 6 to 7 lakh people are killed just because of lack of early diagnosis in the cancer. And every year, nearly 1 million cases have been registered in the country. So there is an urgent need of devices, otherwise immunosensors, which can detect these devices in the early stages so that we can save many lives. Microfluidic is the handling the samples which are in small quantities, and immunosensor is the device which can use these antibodies to detect the diseases. It has the qualities of portability, low cost and easy to handle, and it does not require any technical expertise to handle this device.
We have decided to work in a project where it should be useful for the society and to our country actually. For this, we have approached for Kalpakam. So they have said that these are the problems which they face over there, and we have given the solution for that. Actually, what is the problem is like each and every person who is working inside the field will be facing some communication problem, like it is a secure environment where they are working in. So they want a wireless communication which cannot be tapped.
I was working on a previous project called eMandi, and where I was continuously interaction with the farmers, and I got to know that they are not only the price money that they are suffering from, there are also some problem with the pesticides and fertilizer they should use and in how much quantity they should use. So I talked with the farmers and come up with the Paddy Gradient Disease Finder app, which uses a leaf coloration technique and determines the nitrogen content and appropriate pesticides or fertilizers in what quantity they should use.
We as a team of engineers found out that there is a lot of problems that is plaguing Indian agriculture, and one of the single largest problems is post-harvest management. The reason for this is lack of electricity in rural areas, due to which farmers lose out a lot. Further, these problems were really highlighted in media, but there was nothing that was being done to solve this. So we are one of the first movers to solve the problem.
So here they are. 16 innovations, 16 masterpieces of these ingenious minds who are striving to achieve Shunya, to make our country a better place to live in. But how do we get the winner in each episode? Good question again. This is how. Now, through a random number generator, we will pick up 2 teams in every episode. Totally random selection. Now, these teams will showcase their innovations and a business plan to support the innovation to our jury. Now, each team will be marked on a Likert scale from 1 to 5 points, ranging from very bad to very good by each of our jury members. Following parameters will be judged on: disruption, relevance, reach and commercial viability, the use of science, and of course, the Shunya proposition. Now, each jury member's score will then be aggregated on a 100-point scale to arrive at a winner for each episode. Now, every team's score will get a place on the series leaderboard, and the top 2 teams on the leaderboard will then meet in the grand finale. Now, after all the grind and the sweat, they take home this beautiful rolling challenge for 0 trophy, a gift check for ₹10 lakhs, and yes, there are some experiences, as I told you before, that even money can't buy. The all-expense-paid trip to DuPont's global headquarters in the United States. This is the battleground where, for the next 9 weeks, our innovators will strive, compete, and hopefully emerge triumphant. Our hunt for Shunya starts right here next week. So till we meet, goodbye, and keep the power of Shunya alive in you.